So hello everybody from home racing world there. This is Area 51 Raceway, obviously NC. And I know a lot of guys had talked about this airbrush and wanted me to let them know how it worked out. Uh, I can happy to say that it's a really good tool and a really good buy if you don't want to buy a compressor and extra stuff like that. I painted this car with the Createx Pearlized paint, and then obviously I thinned it out with the stuff that I've had for a while, the reducer that comes with it. That they recommend. You could use alcohol, and I believe Harry uses something else that he showed me, and I don't know what I can't remember what it was. I usually like using lacquers, but I was pretty impressed with how this worked out. I know the old airbrushes I had were really frustrating because they weren't working well, and then I just kind of gave up on latex, water-based paint. But mixing this stuff up and spraying this car, man, I'm impressed, especially with a little airbrush like that. That's like about 60 bucks. And pretty much you thin it out properly. You can't really leave a thick amount of paint in there. If it's too thick in viscosity, that will not spray properly because you can't adjust the pressure. But if you thin it out just nice, like a milky substance, viscosity like they tell you to, that airbrush will work real good. I think the airbrush is really rated from 22 pounds to 24 pounds, I think. So if you have it mixed right, it will atomize nicely, and you test that. After I sprayed this about 5 coats, and I didn't use that much paint on that. I used under a cup of it. And so about a cup of that will do, or maybe less, because I sprayed the chassis the same color as this because I was going to paint it yellow, and it didn't work out, so I ended up painting it this because the other type of paint was chromacolor and it was too thick, and that's why I found out that doesn't spray properly with real thick paint, obviously. After painting this car, letting it set, I shot some Revive It Floor Shine, and this is the results of the paint job, and it looks really good. I'm pretty happy with this. Pretty awesome. So if you guys want to look for an airbrush just to start out with, and then want to work up to an air compressor, that's up to you. That's a pretty good buy if you want something compact and you don't have to have electrical power, and that charges to USB, and the battery lasts a long time. It's a good airbrush. You could adjust the flow back there. It's got a 0.3 needle, I think, but don't quote me on that. It could be a 0.2, it's probably a 0.3, but I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into it. But good airbrush. It's really nice. Ready to go. I really am happy with the paint job that came out on this car. And this is the mod I'm doing right now, and the chassis is painted this color. I use this, and then I hit it with 2K clear, and I'm sure that'll just make it hard as rocks after it sets for a long time in the dehydrator, and it sits out for a day out, and when you open the air. But I just want to share you guys the results of the paint job, and you can see it looks awesome, and it's been out for about, I'd say about an hour now sitting. So I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna put it in the dehydrator. I'll just let it dry for a day or two. I'd probably set the dehydrator to lower temp for this, but I'm very happy with it, and I thought I'd share that with you guys. And that's it. And take care, and you guys, as always, have fun racing.